We might have failed you in many ways, the youth. And that is true. We have not lived up to our duties to them. But Charlie Boy has reminded us that we need to reconnect with our youth, that we need to give them a sense of belonging. We must not always say that future belongs to the youth. We must show a readiness to hand over to the youth. I think Charlie Boy represents a reminder to all of us that we owe a duty to our younger generation.
If everyone is content going right, who is to say that we can't take a left turn?
One thing I want to share with you, if you have a dream, you hold on tight to it. Hold on tight, because the dream, now your dream, nobody follow you, the dreamer. So you hold on tight to it. But I tell you how you can walk towards that dream of yours.
In what areas of your life have you discovered energy leaks, a scarcity of resources, repetitive motions that result in little or no advancement? Gee, perhaps your life is showing you that you are struggling with all the wrong things for all the wrong reasons. Oh yes. Tell me, is your life peaceful, fulfilling, or rewarding? Is this strain draining?
Find a way so they do the correct thing to tell government, say this now what we want.
That was my dream. And I know that dreams come true if you believe in yourself. I had no business with poverty, but the time I decided I was going to do Charlie Boy and build that brand we all know as Charlie Boy, man, it was hard labor. For 10 years, I call those the 10 years of darkness in my life. I couldn't put food on the table, I don't get money, nothing. I started from the village. From America, you go straight to the village. What a transition. But I got myself out of that village. And today, I can look back and I can talk to my constituency and tell them that even in a dishonest society, there's still room for honesty.
Charlie Boy did several things. A musician, a comedian, the godfather of Okada riders. To some, he is an enigma who has constantly sought to shape and create the lifestyle of the youths according to his own image. To some others, Charlie Boy is a persona non grata in the education sector. The brand, Charlie Boy, has for a long time been a key part of our educational process. Not only has it been a voice against HIV and AIDS and the use of drugs in various tertiary institutions in this country, he has also inspired the youth through talk shows and lectures on the importance of education and the need to be a major contributor to the thinking process of our nation.
Charlie Boy is a chapter, in Nigeria, not in a specific sector. It's forever, for a very long time, it will remain a study, in the country. You can't say a word, you can get an adjective to qualify him now, but I do know very well that he will long be studied.
If you go beyond the way he looks or the way he dresses, you see a man that is disciplined, and you see a man that believes in his country, and you see a man that believes in the growth of this nation. So for him, I would say he's done very well.
What impressed me most, and I will say that and leave Charlie Boy alone, is that the image of Charlie Boy you see outside as an entertainer is different from the image of Charlie Boy that you see at home.
People might think that you are strange, you are weird, you are crazy for daring to be different. But I always ask, how can you soar like an eagle when you're surrounded by pigeons?
Of course, as an entertainer, to make money, you have to be a little bit awkward, a little bit eccentric. But at home, is somebody who is mindful of his responsibility to his father and to his mother. Charlie boy, keep up the good work, and God will continue to bless you.
I want to say, God, thank you. Second, Charlie boy, thank you. Because before the competition came up, I said I never pay my house rent. I just want the money, very, very important. I've gotten the money, man. Charlie boy, you are the real man.
Keep living for people like us. Thank you, Charlie boy.
Thank you for being a mentor, for giving me the opportunity to make my dream come true, and God bless you.
Because you see, Charlie boy just became the lighter to my candle. Boom.
Big Papa is the bomb. Is the bomb. Is the best. His everything is the streets. Because he brought me out of the streets.
People don't understand him, really, sincerely. You know, he's a guy who has got a message. But you got to, first of all, read between the lines in order to understand the kind of message he wants to send to this generation. You know, it's a generation he wants to send a message to.
I challenge our leaders to be bold enough to admit that they've made a terrible mistake, neglecting the youth, thereby derailing the system. They must show conscious effort to make amends. I urge our leaders to reshuffle all the dead, worn-out, unimaginative, and recycled leaders who have come before, seen it all, and made little or no positive contribution to our development. Let's make room for the young to grow. Let's create a place for the creative youth to spread their wings. Let's create a new Nigeria. For those who don't believe, I say, yes, we can. Losing a job or loved one can be a devastating experience. I agree. Your challenge may be a child or family member who has gone astray. You could be faced with an unexpected change, like an illness. Whatever your challenge may be, it can rock you to the core. Somehow you must remember that you are up to the task, just like me. Remember that you do have the strength. Remember that you can trust life to give you the courage that is required to face anything. As painful or frightening as the difficulty may be, you'll do what needs to be done because you have no other choice. Wow. Did I say that? Oh yes, you have no other choice. And giving up is not an action.